Hi all, thanks for joining me on my e-commerce journey today. And a lot of people are looking for info about e-commerce platforms. What is the best e-commerce platform of 2023? And I thought I would look at some of the popular ones and then the ones I use and help you to maybe make a decision as to which way to go, because really there are a lot out there. So starting off with Forbes Advisor, they've listed the best e-commerce platforms of 2023 as follows. Can't say I agree with the order, but they may know stuff that I don't know. They have a number, I don't know if this is even listed in order of priority, but here's the list. Squarespace, best overall e-commerce platform. Square Online, best for omni-channel selling. Ecwid, best for existing sites. Shift for Shop, best free e-commerce platform. Shopify, best for drop shipping. Wix, best drag and drop editor. Weebly, best value. BigCommerce, best for boosting sales. WooCommerce, best for versatility. Big Cartel, best for creatives. So that list, there's a lot that I do agree with, but some of them, I thought that they left out some very important ones. So one of the ones that they mentioned was Shopify, and Shopify, even though I haven't used it myself yet, it's something I plan to use in the future. They've got a lot of good tools, and in fact, their Learn with Shopify channel is very informative. The ones that I generally use are WooCommerce. I do agree with them in terms of best for versatility. With WooCommerce, you can do just about anything that you want because it's built on WordPress. And as somebody that's been using WordPress for nearly a decade, WooCommerce is it's relatively intuitive for me to use, and I've built a lot of WooCommerce websites. It has shortfalls compared to some of the other platforms. I would say that if I go sort of in between, firstly, they've left out a few that I'm baffled with. Things like eBay, Etsy, if you're in the States, and there's also local platforms that you need to consider. Depending on where you live, you may not have access to some of the platforms. So, for example, I live in South Africa, and here Takealot would be huge. So your locality does make a difference. You may live in an area where you don't have access to certain things, and you need to take that into account and look at what platforms are available in your area. The one that they've left out in this list that immediately comes to mind is where I sell most of my e-commerce goods, and that's Amazon FBA. How they left it out, I don't know. I haven't read the whole article. Maybe it's listed further down. Pretty much I'm going to go sort of three extremes for me, because they apply internationally and because of my use of them. So on the one extreme, in terms of versatility and control of your platform, obviously if you can hand code your own e-commerce site, that's absolutely ideal, but I think that probably a lot of the people watching this can't. So WooCommerce is definitely a good one in that you own your website. You can do whatever you want with it. It's got a lot of plugins that will help you integrate with things like Google Merchant Center, Google Shopping, Facebook, and payment gateways, that sort of thing. You get a lot of granular control, which I really do like. Then I would say sort of a level away from that in terms of your control is something like Shopify, where they do a lot of the stuff for you and they give you absolutely amazing tools. Slight disadvantage, I suppose, is that there is a monthly cost, and that might be a little bit higher and more out of your control than something like WooCommerce. And then right on the opposite side is something like Amazon. As I say, I sell a lot on Amazon FBA, and even though I love the versatility and freedom of an e-commerce platform like WooCommerce, the opposite of that is Amazon FBA, where they have masses and masses of compliance and regulations and rules that you have to follow. And if you break the rules, you can get kicked off with no warning. You're dealing with bots replying to your queries when you have a problem. That part of it can be a nightmare. But I tell you something, in terms of scalability, in terms of automation, and these things, believe me, when it comes to e-commerce, are massive advantages compared to other ways of doing business. I have not found anything to beat Amazon FBA. So I'm just showing you that as two sides of the coin, because on the one hand, when it comes to versatility, granular control, I like WooCommerce. But it's all on you with that. You have to figure everything out. Whereas with Amazon, they give you a lot of tools. I've referred to in a previous video about things like A/B testing. The fact that they are the biggest e-commerce platform on earth, and if your marketing mix is right, they will just send you traffic, which is absolutely phenomenal. So I think they're taking into account those factors, and there's a lot more that I haven't really discussed. But when you're looking for a platform for your e-commerce business, these are some of the options available to you, and these are some of the factors that you need to take into account. What I'll try to do in future videos is maybe break them down a little bit further, go more into detail, but I hope that helps you if you are still making a decision. And yeah, just keep at it, and I hope you sell tons.